So I was thinking, there's not a whole lot of good barbecue places here in Cynthiana, and I thought, why not just teach you guys how to make brimstone at your house? So I'm gonna do a series, and I'm gonna teach you guys how to do every single menu item. I'll teach you how to do the coleslaw, the sauces, everything. So this week I'm gonna start with pork. So let's get started. We're going to start with the pork butt. This is a bone-in pork butt, and the reason you want bone-in, it probably adds flavor, but for me, it's hard to get it out of the smoker because it just falls apart. You basically have pulled pork inside your smoker, and that's difficult. So bone-in pork, and then you can put a binder on, which is like mustard or something like that. I don't, because it didn't change the way it tastes, and it just cut out an extra step for me and a little bit of cost. So like I just don't. This is your basic brown sugar chili powder rub that you can find anywhere on the internet, and it is, I say it's 2 parts brown sugar, 1 part chili powder, but the husband says 3 parts brown sugar, 1 part chili powder. But it's kind of like, I go by like what it looks like. So, and then you're just gonna rub it on there. So it's not hard. We rub it on, called the rub, and you smoke it until a lot of the like actual smoke people who smoke. Oh, that's another thing. This is called the fat cap. See all this fat right here? You can either cut it off, but I don't ever, because again, it cut down on my prep time and all this stuff. Also, I'm not wearing gloves because I'm at home. My kids are going to eat this, and I don't really care about wearing gloves at home. Anyway, so you're just going to cover it up, and I like to get it down in all the crevices. But you're going to smoke it for about 90 minutes a pound. So this one's going to go for about 12 hours. It's pretty big. But, wait. About 12 hours, yeah. And, a lot of like real barbecue smokers, they don't even like do time. It has to get, the internal temp has to get between 195 and 205. So that's when like that fat gets in there and it'll break apart easy. I did a video about that not long ago on when we were still open, about like sometimes your pork doesn't pull and this is why. So that internal temp needs to get between 195 and 205. And that usually you have to keep your temp in your smoker up and all that fun stuff. So that's not going to sit up. And then when I put it in the smoker, fat cap is up. You don't want to put your fat cap on the grates because then it won't pull off well. A lot of people say the reason is because the fat will go down inside the meat. But really and truly, I mean, probably that too, but it's so divided in the barbecue community, and really, it's basically, I do it fat cap up because the fat gets stuck on the grate. So I'm going to put this in the smoker, and I'll get out in the morning, and you'll get to see it, pulled. So let's do that. So now let's get into pulling it. So we're going to use our meat claws, which is the easiest way to pull it, because that meat is really hot. So looking at this, you can tell I put it in quicker speed because it takes a while, but you can see the color. That red part is the smoke ring, and it's all juicy and yummy. So it looks really great. Looks like we did a good job. It's pulling really easy, which means it got the temp and it stayed to temp. Sometimes the fat cap doesn't render down all the way, and you'll have to pull out some of the like super big fat pieces. Some people like those. This right here, I just tossed that to my dog, but I don't like it. I always tried to pull those out before I served them. So yeah, this is the magic ingredient. So far, we have put in brown sugar and chili powder and this famous Dave's rib rub. That's it. I don't put barbecue sauce in it. That comes on the actual product afterward. So now let's make a potato. This is our loaded baked potato, and we bake it just like a regular baked potato, oil, aluminum foil in your oven for like an hour, 2 hours, whatever. And we chop it up a little bit,
I'm gonna throw some butter on there, because you can't have a baked potato without butter. I mean, come on now. And then I gotta walk over with my little short legs and get the butter. Come on, Kim, go faster. Get your butter in there. Now on the food truck, I had already melted butter and a little kettle thingy that I would just throw some melted butter on there. This is the potato thing. This is what made our potatoes so fantastic, is that potato slayer. You can get that and the Famous Dave's at Walmart. Both of those are great. Now the next, I put nacho cheese on it, and this is just Walmart nacho cheese. It's the little ones. Normally, we would put nacho cheese from GFS in Lexington, you know, the Gordon Ramsay food store, and that had such a good flavor. We added milk, like just canned milk to it, and it was just so good. I'm not quite sure what this nacho cheese is going to taste like. So there's our pork that we put on there, and you can put chicken on here too. I'm going to show you guys how to make my super fantastic chicken. So next comes this is hot honey that I put on here. I make this homemade hot honey sauce too, and I will absolutely show you how to do that if you guys want to know that too. I make the hot honey, and then I make the hot honey barbecue sauce. So you put your butter, your potato slayer, your cheese, your meat, your barbecue sauce, your sour cream, and green onions. That is I had a green onion string. That is all of it.